반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
She lost her son in a hit-and-run accident. She thought it was just a tragic mistake until secrets began to unravel. Money changed hands, and someone tried to silence the truth with murder. Kang Jae In was shaken when she found out that little Boram was actually the daughter of Kim Do-hee, who had passed away. Her heart ached and tears welled up in her eyes. She realized that staying in that house didn't feel right anymore. As she quietly packed her things to leave, she ran into Kim Do-yeon. She thanked him for his kindness and admitted she felt sorry toward Boram. Do-yeon didn't say much, he just stared at her. In the past, he had watched her out of anger and resentment, but now all he could see was someone deeply hurt. His feelings of hate faded. Meanwhile, at the hospital, something cold and dangerous was unfolding. In a quiet hospital room, the door creaked open. The hit-and-run driver looked up to see a woman entering Kang Jae In. Wearing a cap pulled low, she had a faint smile, but her eyes were cold and threatening. The driver looked uneasy. Before he could say much, she walked straight to his bedside, took out a white envelope from her purse and dropped it on the table. Inside was a thick bundle of cash. She told him that this money would keep his family safe if he kept his mouth shut. Her voice was calm, but her words were filled with danger. She made it clear, if he spoke out, he might not leave the hospital alive. The driver was trembling. He said he had already thought about telling the truth. He couldn't hide it anymore. But Kang Jae In reminded him about his son still in school and his wife still struggling with medical bills. She left him with one choice: stay silent or risk losing everything. Then she walked out, leaving the man frozen, staring down at the heavy envelope in his sweaty hands. The next day, Kang Jae In went to visit that same driver at the hospital. She said she had a few questions. The man looked up at her, eyes full of guilt and fear. His son, standing nearby, tearfully asked for forgiveness. Kang Jae In gently wiped the child's tears and told him not to cry. None of it was his fault. The room fell silent. The driver broke down in tears, hiding his face in his hands while his wife sobbed quietly beside him. Later, after Jae In left, the driver lay in bed, lost in thought. His wife sat next to him and finally spoke. She had seen Kang Jae In again and couldn't believe how kind she was. How someone who had been hurt so deeply could still comfort their child. She said she couldn't keep living in a fear, hiding every day. The money didn't matter. What mattered was doing the right thing. She told her husband it was time to speak up, to at least return the truth to the mother who deserved it. The driver closed his eyes tightly, but after a long silence, he nodded. Quiet tears fell from his eyes as he finally made up his mind. That night, the hospital was quiet, but danger returned. While the driver was sleeping, someone opened the door. A masked figure crept inside and pulled something from their pocket. The light suddenly flickered on, and a nurse scream echoed through the hallway. The attacker ran off, but not before injuring the driver. Doctors rushed in. He was bruised and blooded, but alive. Later, when things calmed down, his wife asked who did it. He said he didn't see the face, but he knew. This wasn't just a warning. It was a murder attempt. He was sure of it. It had to be Kang Jae In. First, she had ordered the hit and run. Now she was trying to silence him forever. That night, the driver decided he couldn't stay quiet anymore. The hospital was in chaos. Police arrived and began a full investigation. The next day, Kang Jae In went straight to the police station. She firmly told the detective that she would uncover the truth behind her son Yoon-ho's death. While waiting, she noticed a familiar face, Kang Jae In. She was whispering nervously to an officer. Something was clearly wrong. And at that moment, Kang Jae In realized the truth was closer than ever, but so was the danger.
'Cause you are